Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, what's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop cultures, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, we got a lot to tap in, and it's interesting because I don't even know exactly what to discuss first. Trump is, and I hate to like sound like a broken record because you're probably like, Arrington, you always talk about the president, you always talk about Trump. I know, I just can't help it. It's so much things that is happening around that individual and his administration that I would love to share with you all, especially to keep you up to speed of what's happening, because the majority is not excited to discuss political things, and so you forcefully you tend to ignore the stuff, and then you're always like, oh, I didn't hear about that, I didn't know about that, I didn't what tell me more, and instead of me catching you up to speed, it's like we discuss it here on the show so that you are at least aware of what's happening. So there's a lot of issues happening with your president. What else do we have on the chopping block here? Netflix continues to grow as a, not just as a platform, but as a company. I mean, they're continuing to change the narrative when it comes to streaming services. And what I mean by that is, initially Netflix started as like, hey, a platform where you rent out a movie, you have it delivered to your home, and then you return it in the mail, things like that, or you return it to one of their certain locations. Now Netflix, in my opinion, is the mecca when it comes to streaming platforms. They have all the TV shows, whether it's vintage TV shows, TV shows from back in the day, to current shows, competition shows, singing shows, everything, stand-up comedy shows, um movies, action, like they have it all, and they're starting to expand to live in the heat of the moment events, like comedy shows, pay-per-view boxing matches, pro football games. Okay, I think last year was the debut of when the NFL had debuted uh football games, and they only do it on Christmas Day. I think Netflix is doing either 2 or 3, or has done only 2 or 3 live football games. Now what they're doing is incorporating video podcasts, very popular video podcasts. Now they haven't hit me up. It's okay. I don't feel no type of way. It's okay. My time will come. The time will come when Netflix will give me the call and be like, hey, look, Arrington, I love your show. I think it's a great platform. It's a great addition to the Netflix family. Look, I'm waiting, Netflix. But they haven't hit me up yet. It's okay. The time will come, ladies and gents. But yes, they're starting to incorporate video podcasts. I believe there was an announcement that the Breakfast Club was going to start airing their shows on Netflix. Now I don't know if it's going to be live. If so, that'll be even better. But I think they're going to air some of their episodes, which is great for great for the Breakfast Club and great for Netflix, because the Breakfast Club, I will say, is one of my favorite programs to tune into. At the they're one of the legendary, I'll just say iconic, because they're still going on. I wouldn't quite say legendary, but they will eventually become legendary. They're iconic, and they have grown their platform to the point where everybody, Lottie Dottie, and everybody wants to get on their platform. I remember when the Breakfast Club was growing a larger platform or a larger audience on YouTube, and of course, they had stretched out to having their past shows aired via podcasts. They had announced that they were going to be on BET Plus. Obviously, that did not um continue. I mean, I'm not gonna say it didn't end well, but I know they had aired on there. Now they're going to Netflix. So go ahead. Kudos to Netflix for nabbing that deal. I believe Joe Budden is also up there, and a few Barstool sports programs is also heading to Netflix. So I love it, and it brings the conversation of streaming services. Are they growing larger than linear television and radio? As I comb my beard, when I asked when I asked you guys that question, yes, is radio um diminishing in front of our eyes? Is streaming platforms, is are they growing, and are they going to eventually topple all of the commercialized corporate owned companies? We don't know. Look, I'm on radio, okay? I'm honored to be on radio, and I hope to be on radio for a very long time. There was an article, I don't know exactly which outlet it was on, but they were acknowledging or asking if radio is the only last living hope when it comes to news, when it comes to again, being aware of what's happening in the local communities. um Radio to me has always been that go to. They've been above newspapers, they've been above local news channels, and that's no disrespect to the local media outlets, but radio has it all. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it, in my opinion. It's nothing like radio. Radio keeps you up to speed of what's happening. Keeps you up to speed. Keeps you from being unaware of issues or great things that are happening in your communities or abroad. In addition to that, Donald Trump is discussing reclassifying cannabis. Now, I know a lot of folks have brought up about time, and this honestly, that call might just be the biggest win for him of this second administration or the second term that he's involved in. Seriously, we'll talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin show. Uh, as always, family, thank you so much for taking the time to tune into yet another great episode. For those who are watching us right now on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. We truly appreciate if you would continue, if you would subscribe to our channel, like, give us a thumbs up. It helps with our algorithm, as well as tune into our shorts. Our shorts are continuing to uh grow and really build us up a great audience here. In addition to watching us on YouTube, you can also check us out on Facebook. If you tune into us on Facebook and you haven't fully said, okay, let me support them. If you haven't done that, guess what? All you have to do, follow us, hit the like button. That's all you have to do. Like and follow on Facebook, like and subscribe on YouTube. And then you can also check out past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV. Goatverse TV. Ways you can tune into past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show is by downloading the app. It's free. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. All right. Again, Scopeverse TV. You can also listen to us on the go. We're available wherever you get your podcasts and also on the radio airwaves. Shout out to our family out there in the New Orleans area. WBOK 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin show weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Fridays on WBOK. What New Orleans is talking about. And then we're going to head over to the Houston area to Afro Vibes Radio, where you can listen in to the program Mondays at 12 p.m. Central Time. And then lastly, we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, where you can listen in weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that's only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. Alrighty then, before we head to commercial break, I would like to shout out an individual who were watching her brand, watching her success grow in front of our eyes. And I couldn't be more proud and excited for her success. And I'm talking about the one and only Elle Duncan. Okay, Elle Duncan. For those who are like, who's Elle Duncan? Well, look, that's what I'm here for. Elle Duncan was a very famous and popular voice on ESPN. She has grown a platform, grown a career, and now has took that to a larger platform, and a platform that I just spoke about earlier. I'm talking about Netflix. So ESPN veteran Elle Duncan is leaving the network next year to become the lead host for Netflix Sports. The streamer announced recently that Duncan will be the signature talent for its growing roster of live sports events. She will make her Netflix debut next year with Skyscraper Live, where free solo climber Alex Honnold will attempt to scale Taipei 101, the tallest building in Taiwan. Now, Duncan has her final, already shared that when she will be having her final appearance on Sports Center, which she's actually, by the time y'all watch this, she'll probably already have her final appearance on Sports Center. But in addition to ESPN's flagship show, she appeared on WNBA Countdown and College Game Day. She joined ESPN in 2016. She joined ESPN in 2016. Duncan will be a familiar face in sports fans, some of whom are still adapting to watching sports on streaming platforms. And look, Netflix is not the only one that has involved streaming platforms. Peacock, okay, Amazon Prime or Prime Video, Paramount. I mean, they all do it. They all do it. And guess what? I love it. I love it. I enjoy it. I want to see the growth from that. Elle Duncan's proven ability to seamlessly move between hard-hitting sports analysis and warm personality-driven culture hosting makes her a perfect fit at Netflix. That's what Gabe Spitzer, vice president of sports at Netflix, said in a statement. She immediately adds credibility and familiar star power to our global programming slate. Now, Netflix has been expanding its portfolio of live sporting events, including a new deal with Major League Baseball. Interesting. Which I think is smart to do so because baseball games are so long. So it's like no need to worry about the extended time because have it on a streaming platform. Sky's the limit as long as you can afford it. You know what I mean? The Home Run Derby and the Field of Dreams games of the next 3 years. The company also has a doubleheader of NFL games, as I mentioned. Netflix has been hosting football games on Christmas Day. They've hosted multiple games on Christmas Day. and has been the platform for a number of boxing events, including the Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford super middleweight bout recently that happened in September. Now, the streamer also became the exclusive video home for podcasts, as I mentioned earlier, from Barstool, the pro-centric digital media company led by David Portnoy, the video version of Pardon My Take, the Ryan Russillo podcast, and Spittin' Chicklets, will stream on Netflix starting next year. Again, so much growth happening in the world of streaming. Netflix is doing their thing. I've had so many folks reach out and say, why don't you just stay on streaming? And I'm like, look, I get it. I receive opportunities here and there, but I love where I'm at. I want to continue to grow where I'm at and in my position and see where it takes us. But at the end of the day, I'm not against the fact that linear television is continuing to be a dying product, because that's what it is. You literally have people wanting to create programs on Facebook. I mean, look, you have Facebook Watch, you have people creating programs on Instagram, you have people just leaning to YouTube alone or Rumble. It's so much stuff. X, okay, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, but now X. You see people just signing exclusive contracts with X. Cable television is gone. It's going bye-bye. Never coming back. Never come back to at least a certain standard. We got a lot to discuss, my friends. We have a lot to discuss. Let's go ahead and head to a commercial break. But look, don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story. Crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric. It's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What happening, ladies and gents, ladies and gents and ladies. What are we going to talk about now? Let's see. All right, so what are we talking about? Gosh, there's so many decisions, man. That's the hard part. So many decisions to discuss here. Let me go ahead, because I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but let me talk about school board recently prohibits pronouns. The school board that I'm going to be discussing or talking about is actually based out of my hometown of Chesapeake, Virginia. Chesapeake School Board, let me read this to you. Chesapeake School Board approves pronoun policy for teachers and staff. So in Chesapeake, the Chesapeake School Board voted 7-2 to approve. Hold on, I'm getting my notes fixed up for you guys. To approve a policy to have teachers and staff refrain from using or sharing their preferred pronouns when they do not match their biological sex. Now, just by reading this, primarily is a more right-leaning policy. You have in today's society where left-leaning candidates, they speak on this a lot, and they speak for the right to, hey, I want to be addressed as however I want to be addressed. And if you don't agree with that, most likely you're going to be on the right. You're going to be very conservative. Now, I've said time and time again, I consider Chesapeake a red city. Now, other folks disagree. I've actually spoken with who I consider a buddy. The local Democratic chairman for the Democratic Party here has disagreed with me on that, because he says, hey, look, Chesapeake has he has voted for a Democratic president in the past 1 to 2 elections, maybe even more. And so that considers us a Democratic city. With all due respect, I think that's a load of crap, because I'm looking at firsthand on votes. I'm looking at policies. I'm looking at what's happening. For example, this, okay? The school board voted to change under its professional conduct section. In the agenda, it said it committed to maintaining a professional and productive work environment that fosters the well-being of all employees. Now, in a document, it listed that the general expectations, for employees, and towards the bottom of the list are 2 lines that state the employees are expected to, quote, is read here, refrain from compelling any staff member to address any employee or refer to any employee in the manner that violates the staff member's constitutional protected rights. Now, 7 board members voted in favor, while members Malia Huddle and Amanda Quillen opposed the revision. Now, let me speak to you about these 2 individuals. So the 2 individuals that voted against it are left-leaning, are Democrats, okay? The remainder is Republicans. I know them all. With board members making it clear that changes are related only to employees, these revisions do not in any way govern how these issues are addressed for our students, said school board chairwoman Angela B. Swigert. Our policy have been and will remain that we navigate this issue with students on a case-by-case basis in full and transparent communication and partnership with their parents. Communication members filled the room, some in favor of the change, citing biblical principles as grounds for their reasoning. One person said Satan thought he won too under the third day. A community member said refused to bow. Before I continue to read this article, I'm gonna give my actually it's pretty much completed, but let me give my thoughts on this. Let me give my thoughts on this. When folks push the Bible in city council, and look, I am a Christian man through and through. That is my faith that I follow. That is the faith that I was raised in. I will forever be a follower of Christ. Now, I'm not a Bible thumper. Don't expect me to fully always quote scripture, but that is a religion that I believe in, that I follow. Okay. Now, where I'm going with is that if I come quoting scripture at a city council, not city council, at a school board meeting, I have no right to think that my take should be the same as everybody in the room, that my take is above everybody, especially that serves on school board in all public schools. Public schools is public schools. If it's a private Christian school, you might have a case. But if it's public, you have Christians, you have members of the Jewish community, you have Muslims, you have Buddhists, you have atheists, you have Catholics, you have them all. Okay. When it comes to, hey, I want to be addressed as pronouns, and that, I get it. I get their take, because I've never been a person that was always into the whole pronouns things. I've never done it. You can go on social media and you see how some folks be like his and hers, or hers and them, and it's that I don't follow. I don't plan on following. I don't choose to do it. I never pay attention to it. So to me, I look at it as like a kind of who really cares in this scenario. Is there a number of students that are protesting, saying this is not fair? Obviously, in the article that I read, I didn't see anything from students, nor did parents really choose to put up a fight. I think this is kind of a somewhat talking point from the left that is not a winning strategy. I'll be honest. Now, I would love to have members of the school board on to get their take on it, but like, is this truly like a is this freedom being taken away if they don't want to be, using the pronouns? Like, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think that's gonna harm the majority. I don't think it's raising a lot of issues. I don't think it's gonna cause a lot of issues. So my question to you all is, what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on this? Do you see it being that a freedom is lost now that they can't use their pronouns that they want to be told, they want to be addressed as? Is it unfair? Everybody always wants to be addressed to that. People that have received their doctorates, they want to say, "Hey, look, I want to be addressed as Doctor this. I want to be addressed as Mister or Mrs. that. I want to be addressed as Madame this." So when it comes to pronouns, should they be addressed as what they or however they want to be dressed? Right? Is it unfair? Is it fair? What's your thoughts, y'all? What's your thoughts? Let me know. You can head to our website, www.the A as in Apple, G as in George, show.com, theagshow.com. Shoot us a contact. Let us know what you think on this one. Do you think this is fair? Do you think this is a right that's being taken away? And it's no surprise coming from a red city like Chesapeake. Remember, Chesapeake's still at large when it comes to council, and they want to keep it that way. Folks on council wants to keep it that way. I've actually spoken with a few council members that is for the whole at large thing, and I've spoken my disagreements, but I would love to have them on the show to share their thoughts and all that great stuff. So we got a lot to discuss here. Let me go ahead and digress from this story here and move it on to artists. The Weeknd, yes, we all know him and love him. The Weeknd has signed this massive catalog deal that I had to share with you all, and I'm excited. I'm happy for him. Well deserved. The man has had a lot of hits and deserves all the money in the world. Let me read you a little more on this. So says here that The Weeknd secures a $1 billion catalog deal, retains creative control of his work. Now, we not always read, in my opinion, whenever I read about professional musicians that sell their catalog, they're either doing it because they're a year or two from retiring or that they owe some money. So I know Justin Bieber, I believe, sold his catalog for like 200 million. I don't think the Bruno Mars had sold his, but Justin Bieber has sold his, and I'm just like, aren't you a bit young to be selling your catalog, bro? You have so much, life ahead of you and stuff like that. But anyway, apparently he had some money issues. That was a whole long story, but let me go and read you this. The Weeknd just struck a jaw-dropping new deal for his music catalog. The 35-year-old singer and Lyric Capital Group finalized a business venture in which Lyric has invested in the artist's music catalog from its inception through 2025, according to Variety. Now, representatives from the artist confirmed that The Weeknd and his team will retain creative control over the catalog and remain shareholders and owners of the company. All right. From beginning of the meeting, it was clear to all at Lyric that Abel would not sell his catalog. He wanted to be more innovative and creative. In a way, we established a partnership. To that end, through this venture, we constructed a new business model with Abel and his iconic catalog, whereby Abel and his team have the freedom to execute their creative vision with the entirety of his rights, both publishing and masters. The unique catalog deal sets a new standard for artist equity and control. I'm all for it because it is very common that artists has not received any royalties from their movies. I know a lot of older performers that are just sitting on their chair, like waiting for money to roll in, and it hasn't rolled in yet. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to digest, and it's a lot to just be like, wow, like really? Oh boy, let me tell y'all something. Your boy is sore. I'm over here stretching. Oh man, over here stretching, trying to loosen up a little bit. Had a intense workout with my trainer the other day. I mean, upper body and lower body, and I feel it. The only thing I don't feel pain is my ankles and toes. That is it. And my fingers, but that is it. The rest of the body is sore as I don't know what. The magazine also notes that the venture applies only to the Weekend's music masters and publishing. I've already read that, I believe. Because the arrangement is not conventional catalog sale, the representative said it is impossible to calculate a royalty multiple. Now, Bloomberg has previously reported that the assets were valued at a minimum of $1 billion, but on about $55 million is net label and net publisher share, which suggests an 18.2 times multiple. Now, Billboard also reports that it's unclear whether the lyric capital did include only those assessed or an additional ones such as merchandise and revenue. Billboard notes that the only few artist deal have reached the 1 billion level includes the 1.2 billion Queen received when selling its masters to Sony in the 2024 and the 1.25 billion valuation of Michael Jackson's recorded masters and music publishing catalog in a deal in which 625 million changed hands from 50% stake in February of 2024. Big money, man. These folks are getting this major shmoney, as some folks call it. That's shmoney. The Weekend is very intelligent though. When I tell you that, because not a lot of artists had pulled off what he just did. Not a lot of artists can pull off what he just did. Okay. The Weekend has over 120 monthly listeners on Spotify, and he's recently surpassed 1 billion in ticket sales on his After Hours Till Dawn tour, which set a second for a solo male artist. Couldn't be happy for him. Couldn't be happy for him. I just, praying that he's happy, praying that he stays safe. Don't know what else you want to hear from me. Okay, keep it moving, All righty, we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see. Yeah, I thought this was interesting. So, Lecrae, the rapper hip hop artist, was recently on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne kind of brought a interesting topic to discuss here. Let me go ahead and share the clip with you all, and then we'll talk about it on the other end.
You brother,
Yeah,
I was
for
listening to Reconstruction, man, and I told them earlier. I said if Lecrae wasn't a quote unquote Christian rapper,
Yeah.
they would have to put this in rap album of the year category.
Wow, that's big.
I truly believe that.
That's big.
Like,
And that had me thinking. So Charlamagne the God had told Lecrae that this album, his recent album, should be in the rock and roll, or excuse me, not even rock and roll, but it should be included in like all hip hop honors. So how can I break it down? So you have separate categories. You have a gospel category, which is artists for everything, whether if it's singing, mass choir, it's for every single thing. Then you have other artists that a number of them was lip singing. Some was just like, okay, let's keep it moving, yada yada yada. But luckily, when I was heading over to the office space, hold tight, I was losing my thought here. Going back to the topic, if Christian rap should be included with regular hip hop rap. Honestly, my question would say yes. I would say yes. Why? Because for one, country music is about storytelling. It should involve people from all different genres. If they're interested in making a country song or being involved in country product, let them do it. Again, I go back to the question to not to get off topic. Christian rap. Is Christian rap getting the proper due diligence compared to other rap artists? I would say no. Because that was one of my biggest pet peeves with BET as a whole. Like, you had the BET Awards, which was the Mecca. Then they started doing hip hop awards, but the hip hop awards to me was no different from the BET Awards because BET will always air and promote hip hop artists on the stage, always from pre-show to the live show. And I'm like, are you like, black entertainment television should give you a variety so it can show how unique we are, how amazing we are. Not even unique, but how amazing we are. But instead, that wasn't the case here. If I would say this, if more major streamed hip hop artists, Christian artists or non, it's a lot of work for them to get that exposure to have that awareness of what's happening. Because really, as far as for Lecrae, because not everybody might tune into gospel music, but if you include it with the remaining artists, kind of, merge both genres together, then they could easily be aware of like, oh, that's such and such, like it could be like that. But those are kind of words from Charlemagne the God. And yeah, I mean, he said he loves it. He said, hey, look, I need this to be a regular album or a book so I can physically, read and watch at the same time. Like they're speaking so highly about this. But look, let's go ahead and we're gonna take a commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Arrington Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazarianLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. So look, I got to talk about your ultimate petty, very petty president. Petty. Okay. So where do I start? Where do I start here? Let's talk about the plaques. Let's talk about the plaques here. You probably say, Arrington, what are you talking about? Plaques? What are you talking about? So President Donald Trump, let me see, where is it at? Where is that here? I want to give you a visual here. There we go. So recently, he had put up some plaques in the White House, and he put up, so because some presidents will put up art of something that has, I don't know, dignity. You ever heard of it, Donald? You ever heard of dignity, respect? So they'll put that up, and regardless if they disagree, they're like, oh no, let's put some. They always do it all the time. Anyway, Donald Trump, in my opinion, has done nothing but remodel. That's all he does. He remodels. He talks bad about the opposing administration, and just says, hey, look what we done. We done this, we done that, yada 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 yada. So recently, Trump has plaques hang mocking Biden and Obama along White House colonnade. So the president has installed plaques underneath portraits of presidents at the White House, using them to insult and make unfold claims about some of the predecessors, including Joe Biden and Barack Obama. The latest series of controversial White House changes under Donald Trump. The plaques, many of which the White House said Trump penned himself, add to what the president has dubbed the Presidential Walk of Fame, a portrait gallery along the West Wing, and describe the tenures of former commanders in chief in overtly political way. Now, again, what does this have to do with America? What does that have to do with like what we have going on right now? See, he continues to distract folks to say, hey, look, this is what I do, because he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't know a damn thing. Okay. He's unfit for the position. He's been unfit since he scrolled down that escalator. He's been unfit since day one. And now he's over here continuing to talk about past president. Like, dude, grow the F up. Like, move on. What are you doing for the people? Instead of you feeling comfortable say, well, I want to do this because they're the worst. The worst is that, like, it's dumb. It's dumb. Trump most predecessor plaques read the most editorialized. The permanent signs are stylistically similar to the president's social media posts, and sporadic capitalization and punctuation including many exclamation points. Funny. Under Biden, depicted under his signature written by the presidential auto pen. The plaque includes claims such as Sleepy Joe Biden was by far the worst president in the United States, in American history, adding that he took office as a result of the most corrupt election ever seen in the United States, and that Biden oversaw a series of president disasters that brought our nation to the brink of destruction. I was in a public place earlier today, and someone had their phone on speaker, and the gentleman on the phone was basically saying, people don't really like Trump, but because they just don't like what he has to say. But he's being honest and this and the other. Like everything, everybody's weak. Everybody's weak. The military's weak. This, that, we. And I want to say, first of all, dude, who the hell are you to be judging who's weak and who's not weak? Because you sound weak because you're continuing to whine and moan and groan over the phone. You're talking to a lady venting, and you're saying, people might not like Trump, but he's being upfront and honest. Here's the thing. Trump is the biggest cryberry known to man. Okay. He's always saying they treat me bad, this and the other. So now all this is a revenge tour. If you haven't heard this phrase or this saying, the way you treat others, you're going to be receiving that same treatment back. That's what Trump is receiving. And he has been receiving. If he continues to insult individuals, okay, he receives that back. He's disrespected the deceased. Okay, he continues to make everything about himself. Now he's over here putting these corny, self-proclaimed paragraphs or statements under past presidents. So it's like everybody's bad except for him. She has the best one for him, and now, and I'm not gonna have time to talk about it, but he's now talking about renaming the Kennedy Center honor to Trump Kennedy Center. I mean, I'm going to hurl, ladies and gents, because it's like, what else is new? Trump also attacked Biden for economic record. His climate, immigration, and foreign policies included the Afghanistan withdrawal. He also said that because of Biden's weakness, Russia invaded Ukraine and Hamas launched the heinous October 7th attack on Israel. Only Trump has the best ones. Out of everybody, only Trump has the best ones. I mean, that's just how, again, petty he is. The plaque also cites that Trump calls Biden severe mental decline and his unprecedented use of an auto pen. Alrighty. Under Obama, Trump wrote Barack Hussein Obama. Oh, Hussein. I remember when he used that term when he kept on questioning his citizenship. Barack Hussein Obama was the first black president, a community organizer, one-term senator from Illinois, and one of the most divisive political figures in American history. I'm sorry. He's calling Barack Obama the most divisive president in American history. Now, y'all, I'm sorry. And this is not to be like, oh, Arrington, you're drooling over Obama. I'm not. Compare the two. Compare Obama to Trump. In your mind, in your eyes, who do you think is more divisive? Who do you think is the most divisive between the two? Because I can recall, people yelled out, hey, you lied during Obama's speech. Obama didn't respond. He didn't talk bad about the Republican Party. He's like, no, I did. Let me tell you something. Obama used the MLK approach, nonviolence. And that's what he did. He kept his head up, ignored all the hatred. And guess what? He ended up serving 2 terms. Now, and on top of that, Obama responded to all media. Now you have an individual who continues to say, if you don't agree with him, you're fake news. Okay. And then when he calls you fake news, he's going to make your life a living hell. He's going to try and hit up his FCC friends, or he's going to try and hit up people that he knows in higher power. Hey, we need to buy this. We need to buy this. We need to buy that. It's just really? Like, what are we doing here? And you know what? A lot of folks that voted for him are starting to think like, Trump, all you're doing is continuing to just talk. All you just is blowing hot smoke. We're not seeing any action here. Y'all, why are y'all so naive? This has been like this since day one. He's never changed. He's continued to say the same, since he announced his run for presidency the first term. Nothing's new here. Nothing's new. Okay? Everything is pretty similar. Everything is pretty similar. You see those statements there that he put up. The plaques make two references to Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State, and the 2016 Democratic nominee who lost under Trump. Whew. No, she would never forget that. Under Obama's portrait, it says that Hillary Clinton was his hand-picked successor and noted that she would then lose the presidency to Trump under Bill Clinton's portrait. And it says that President Clinton's wife Hillary lost the presidency to President Donald Trump. Obama had no comment about the plaque. ABC News did not receive any response from Biden and the Clinton's comment. Let's see here. I don't want to read too much, but all I would say is that it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And as I mentioned, Petty USA is Donald Trump. Petty USA is Donald Trump. I mentioned the plaques, which the plaques are so uncalled for, in my opinion. It's just so random. It's random. It's uncalled for. It's petty. Okay. In addition to that, I want to talk about the Trump Kennedy Center. I think the board is talking about renaming the Kennedy Center honor to Trump Kennedy Center, which is, again, very, 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 well, it'll be a very sad day in American history if they change that. They've already, I think something I noticed, the Kennedy Centers, they changed their necklace, their ribbon, their medal. They used to have like a rainbow looking necklace with a medal, which I thought was very on brand, because you're praising people of the liberal arts, right? Now this time they literally just got random plain medals. That's all they got. I'm just like, okay, interesting. And they is the individuals recently that was honored for the Kennedy Center: Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Gaynor, the Kiss, George Strait. I'm blanking on another person, but he changes everything to his liking. He's changing the White House to literally be Mar-a-Lago 2.0. I kid you not, it's going to be Mar-a-Lago 2.0. All these corny gold looking this and that, like, it's weird. It's weird. It's not even, it's past dictatorship. It's weird. It's weird. Like, bro, do your job and not worry about renovating things. How about you worry about staying awake rather than continue to insult people? How about you rather do your job again than rather wanting to pick a fight with little kids all the way up to older people? Like, again, petty. If petty had a face to it, the face would be our current president. That's all I'm gonna say right here. I'm looking at my time here. Time goes by so fast, y'all. I wish I could stick with y'all a little longer, but I'm running out of time here. As always, thank you so much for chiming in and listening in with the listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in to us weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms. Follow us on Instagram, as we stay very active on IG, Facebook, as well as Substack and TikTok. That's right, TikTok, the Arrington Gavin Show. So be sure to tune in to us, support us always. Stay informed, stay safe out there. I'll talk with y'all soon for another great conversation. I am out of here. Bye-bye.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.